Good morning everyone from Wuppertal, Germany. As you can see behind me, we have the Wupper River. And yeah, maybe you can hear from the voices, there are also the world famous Schwebebahn or upside down train, however you want to call it. I want to show you around. It's also my first time taking this kind of train, so it'll be cool to show you my experience. And I also want to tell you about the story of the most famous guest from the Schwebebahn. It's not the Kaiser of Germany, Kaiser Wilhelm II, but it's an elephant called Tuffi. But more on that later. I actually came here yesterday, so I could have taken the Schwebebahn yesterday, but I decided not to because I want this to be a genuine first-time experience. And my first impression is the pillars are actually huge. It's taking a lot of space. It's actually impressive if you want to see it in person. So, this is my first ride on the train. The inside of the carriage is pretty modern. I think the pillars are old, but the carriages are pretty new. I have to admit, the scenery above the river is very beautiful. And I can imagine it could be even more beautiful if you visited in the fall, for example. So, to make this video also a bit more educational, I want to say that 80,000 people use this train every single day, but that's pre-COVID. Maybe it's a bit less now. And I also felt when I was inside, I was the only tourist actually using this train. It was so funny. So I have to say I'm impressed by these trains. It looks cool, it's upside down. Schwebebahn, if you translate it to English, it's basically like a floating train. But on the website they say it's a monorail train or something. I think it's just funny. They should have kept with the floating thing. I think it's way cooler than saying it's a monorail train. But I have to say, even though as impressive as it is, this line, it's only one line by the way, it only stretches 13 kilometers across the city. It's mainly above this river, and there are only 20 stations. And I've already visited 4 or 5 stations, so basically I've already seen a fourth of it. And it only takes you 30 minutes roughly to get from this first station, Wuppertal, to the last station, Oberparmen. It's not a long journey, so you can manage. And back then, 1901, of course, it was considered an engineering marvel. And even the Kaiser back then, Kaiser Wilhelm II, he participated in a trial run in October 1900. And the carriage that he used to participate in this trial, it is still conserved today, and sometimes they use it for special occasions. People, I have to say, I got really lucky with the weather because it's been amazing today. Sun is shining. It's the 1st of February, it's still winter technically, but I feel like it's so much warmer now. I think it's like 7 degrees Celsius. Perfect weather to make this vlog. And by the way, I've already mentioned like the most famous passenger of the Schwebebahn is actually not the Kaiser himself, but it was actually, drumroll please. I don't need a drumroll, I've already told you already at the first scene of the video. But yeah, it's actually an elephant called Tuffi. It's behind me. I mean, not behind me, but the statue that commemorates the event of Tuffi. So here's the story about Tuffi. Tuffi was a 3-year-old circus elephant belonging to the Althoff Circus. On July 21st, 1950, the circus organized a publicity stunt by having Tuffi ride the Wuppertal Schwebebahn to promote their show. The elephant was then put into one of the carriages of the Schwebebahn along with her trainer, some reporters, and also some passengers. And as you can imagine, nothing can go wrong, right? Of course something went wrong. What were they thinking? Tuffi was super startled and she panicked because there were so many people inside of the carriage, and also I experienced it myself. The ride was not that smooth sometimes. It's not that stable. Tuffi, an elephant, never experienced this before, and yeah, she weighs more than a human, right? So yeah, maybe it was even more unstable than usual. So yeah, she panicked. Tuffi then crashed the carriage door and jumped into the river below. It's exactly where I showed you the Tuffi statue. Fortunately, she survived the approximately 10-meter fall with only a few scrapes on her backside and lived until 1989, passing away at the age of 43. Although many journalists were on board, none managed to capture the moment as they were all panicking themselves. This iconic image, often seen on postcards or circulating online, is therefore merely a photo montage and not an actual photo of the incident. I have to admit, the view is nice, especially today's good weather. I would prefer this view from a subway, but I gotta admit, this is one of a kind. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that I did not buy a ticket because I already bought a Deutschland ticket. It's a monthly subscription I have, so I can use any single public transport here in Germany. It's only 58 euros a month, and it's also valid for the Schwebebahn. So if you have a Deutschland ticket, please don't buy a new ticket. It's already valid anyways. But if you don't have a Deutschland ticket, maybe you're a tourist, maybe you don't live in Germany, you could just buy a 24-hour ticket, 80 euros 80. It's available on the machines and also you can buy it online. It's worth it because you can use it for other public transports here in Wuppertal, like the buses and also short distance trains. So I can really recommend you to use it. So I think that's it. This is the end of my vlog. I had fun taking that train over there. And I have to say I learned a lot by researching about the city and also about the Schwebebahn. And I'm off to meet a friend in Hamm. It's a city near Dortmund. And yeah, I hope you enjoy watching this. And if you like it, please leave a like and also maybe also subscribe if you want to know a lot of things about Germany. I can tell you so much stories.